Welcome back to Dungeon Brew. We have created an RPG encounter builder for you to utilize as a game master with prompts. You can access it from the link below on our Patreon or through our YouTube page. Let me show you how to get to it and how to use it. You can click the link below, or you can head to our YouTube page and click on the links on the front page, which will open up everything for our social media as well as our Patreon. If you haven't subscribed, please do. But there you will find the link to our website. If you click on that link, it will open up the Dungeon Brew website where you can see the several different generators and builders that we have created. And here you will find the encounter builder. On the encounter builder, you have several options for encounter patterns that you can choose. I have already selected the defense and hold out option, and I have pre-filled this in just to save us some time. You can see as you scroll through here, it is going to give you several options. And actually, before you put in this data, there's going to be prompts on what exactly you're really looking for in each area. So core encounter definition is going to be a seed core idea, a dramatic question. You can add in some hooks or call to action for how you would lead your adventurers to go on this specific encounter, and then you would detail what type of encounter it is. After that, you would move to conflict and motivation planning, where you can put what the primary source of conflict is, why it opposes the PCs exactly, and some of the goals or motivations for your NPCs or the monsters that the players will be facing. Then you can move to player agency and decision points, where again you can put in several different options for some meaningful decision points for the players of what they may want to consider while they're engaging in the encounter, and then you can have some multiple ways for them to achieve victory. As you can see, this does require some creativity for you as the game master, but it allows you to really get those juices flowing to really structure out an engaging encounter. Then we move on to the dynamic and objective consequences, where you have the player objectives, the opposition objectives, and I really like to put out consequences in terms of the full success, partial success, what failure looks like, as well as what happens if the players ignore the encounter overall. Then we move on to environmental and tactical interaction, where you're looking at what the environment looks like, what the atmosphere is like, and some specific interactive environmental elements that you might want to consider in this specific encounter. So for here, we're talking about a siege that's happening on a castle. So how can the players interact? They might be able to throw some oil casks down, there might be a collapsible stairwell, there might be a heavy bell they can drop, and so on and so forth, in order for me to let the players engage with the environment around them. Then we move to flow, pacing, and resolution. We are talking about the intensity or the pacing goal and what the end conditions will be for that. And then you can move on to narrative integration, where you can talk about any campaign notes and how it links back to your main campaign, how this is part of a larger moving situation, and what any potential left hooks or plot points you could have come as a result of this encounter. Again, when you're coming through the encounter builder, there's going to be prompts to kind of give you an idea of how you want to fill out each one of these areas. And I think it's also important to point out that if for some reason you're putting in a lot of text in many of these boxes and there's not room, you can drag it to make it shorter or longer to give yourself more room, which will help you in the printing process. And then lastly, the builder gives you the option to download this as a JSON to come back and work on it later, where you can upload it and continue to fill out the form, or you can just print the encounter directly to your printer or as a PDF. Again, if you want to print this as a PDF, I'd be sure that you have adjusted these text boxes so that the text fully fits on that PDF form. And that is the encounter builder that we have created. It is a work in progress, and we would love to hear your feedback. So please go join our Patreon for free, find the post, and comment about what improvements you would like to see or what you love about this encounter builder. We'd love to hear your feedback, seriously, and I hope to see you again here on Dungeon Brew. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and we'll talk to you again next time.
DungeonBrew.